Dragon Ball's next Dragon Ball Super story is set to continue with the Black Frieza arc. Led by Toyotaro, it was confirmed in one of the recent weekly Dragon Ball news videos hosted by Victory Uchida that had Toyotaro on as a guest discussing the future of Dragon Ball Super and specifically the manga. In this interview, Toyotaro claims that he will continue to keep coming up with exciting Dragon Ball battles for everybody to enjoy, which clearly shows his, and more importantly, Shueisha's intention to continue drawing and developing the Dragon Ball manga. So of course when Dragon Ball Super's manga does return, we do have the previous arc that was set up at the end of the last one, the Black Frieza arc. However, the last years of Dragon Ball have tossed and turned with instances of bringing Frieza back, killing him, bringing him back, putting him in an anti-hero role during the Tournament of Power, and then once again a bad guy in the Broly movie. But a bad guy who would ultimately fight the main antagonist of the movie, Broly. Frieza's return thereafter was during the Granola and Gas arc as he turns up in the final moments of the battle, killing Gas and demonstrating his tremendous new form, Black Frieza. Now, it's easy to think, well, he's the next bad guy then. But that's too easy. Nor is it really a compelling story. I mean, where's the journey in that arc? They're just gonna fight him? He's just a new strong bad guy that they're gonna fight? He's not even new. So why would they bring back Frieza again, make him an anti-hero, not kill him in recent encounters, if they're just gonna kill him again? Because they're not. Dragon Ball has always thrived on stories involving the anti-hero role, which has been previously filled by the likes of Tenshinhan, Piccolo, Vegeta, Hit, and various other characters in smaller roles throughout the series, where you don't often know whether their intentions are good or evil. And that makes for a compelling story where you have to consider the character's motives going into something. The Tournament of Power, Broly, and the Granola arc have all solidified Frieza into that anti-hero role. He might do bad things, but ultimately he will usually fight alongside the main cast or independent of, but usually against the bad guy. Frieza is now the role that Vegeta was playing in the Namek and Androids arc. He will be there to start problems, i.e. Vegeta letting Cell absorb the androids. He'll be there to fight and bicker with the cast for funny and stressful moments, and he'll be there to get smashed around and escape death each time. But he won't be the main villain, and he won't be a member of the Dragon Team, which is something a lot of people have been concerned about due to how many people he's killed and how irreparably damaged his evil reputation is. Because if Frieza was truthfully going to kill Goku and Vegeta, he would have done it at the end of the Gas arc. It's as simple as that. He could have done. He knocked him out with a punch. It's just not his role anymore. There is too much equity in Frieza's name to bring him back to simply kill him off again. They've brought him back enough times and he's here to stay now. But that means that if Frieza isn't the next bad guy, who is? Well, given that nearly every member of Frieza's race that we've ever seen has come back for a second time, or even a third time in some cases, and they'll have come back with some new form of transformation, resurrection, and or upgrade, there is one particular interesting member of Frieza's race that we've only half-heartedly seen return once. Generally, the fans have been clamouring for a chance for the cast to go to Universe 6 and explore the possibilities of stories in that universe. For instance, for Vegeta to go and meet the Saiyans of Universe 6, and for more of that universe to be explored. So, what's the perfect opportunity to do this? Black Frost. And why Frost of all characters? When Cooler was introduced, he had Frieza's final form trope, only he had final form +1. When Mecha Cooler was introduced, it was because of Mecha Freeza, and because Cooler had a form that went beyond his final form already, Frieza got a golden form that also went beyond his. Frieza had his 100% final form, which Frost later used in the buffed out trope during the Tournament of Power. When Frieza got his golden form, Cooler got a golden form for his super final form, and he actually got it for Meta Cooler as well, which, sure, why not? Obviously, first form Frieza was very popular, and so we got Chilled, who represents that first form. And now we have Black Frieza, which means somebody else will eventually get that black form. Toyotaro would later reveal in an interview that Black Frieza's power-up was named after the ascending ranks of credit cards, with the black colour being one that only the richest of people could afford, and have to spend so much a month to be awarded one. This really isn't all that important, but I wanted to mention it because I think it's pretty freaking cool. Should this story go ahead, the chances are that it would entail Goku, Vegeta and Frieza beginning their battle on Earth, as everybody would expect. It would go on for a couple of chapters or episodes, and then we'd suddenly get a cut to Universe 6 showing a mystery fighter defeated like the likes of Hit or something. Flashing back to the Goku, Vegeta and Frieza battle, Beerus and Whis would probably interrupt their fight. In all likelihood, Champa would be stomping and screaming that Frost had been causing problems in demanding a chance to fight Universe 7 for all the embarrassment and problems they've caused him over both the Universe 6 vs Universe 7 tournament and the Tournament of Power. Because let's not forget, now he wants revenge on Frieza too. Frost would have trained, perhaps in a similar way to Freeza, attaining new transformation, and he'd ask Champa and Vados to fight in Universe 7. They'd refuse, and he'd start attacking all of the fighters from Universe 6's Tournament of Power team to get their attention. And in a worry of having their strongest fighters defeated, Champa would tell Beerus to get his team to sort out the mess, considering he sees it as their fault, which is very Champa-like. And there you have the setup. Only, of course, in typical Dragon Ball fashion, it would now reveal that Frost is much more powerful than Freeza. Why not? And so, of course, it takes the cast overcoming their odds and breaking their limits to defeat the bad guy. This is, of course, all a relatively easy setup. I'm not trying to delve too much into fan fiction and stuff. I'm just saying what the likelihood of a potential setup to the arc could be. You could even do something where Goku and Vegeta have to go and solve the mystery, so they go there and Frieza is forced to tag along due to Beerus and Whis finding them all at the same time and being like, oh, perfect, go with them. And of course, Frieza is likely to oblige because it's Beerus. Once that happens, you can have Vegeta go to the planet Sadala and meet the Universe 6 Saiyans, and you can do it in a different way to maybe a slice of life arc, which is possibly what people were expecting. I don't feel like it takes a lot of imagination to see them going this route. I think it makes sense. Frieza previously revealed he was training in a room of spirit and time that he'd found on one of the planets that he'd conquered in the past. This suggestion that not only there is one on Kami's Lookout, one that Beerus trains Goku in, and another on one of Frieza's planets, suggests that these are far more common than we ever previously anticipated. And as we knew from Universe 6's introduction of Frost, Frost had actually been conquering many planets but in a different way, unifying them under his name, where he played himself off to be a good guy, taking ownership of the planets that way. He was known as a galactic hero, only he wasn't. So it's not impossible that Frost would also have access to rooms like this on some of those planets. Plus, with Frieza taking the role of an anti-hero, they do need a bad guy that they can be prepared to destroy. And if Dragon Ball has shown us anything over the last decade, it's that it's no longer prepared to destroy Frieza. He's simply too iconic. There's too much equity in his name, as I previously mentioned. Dragon Ball has been trying to find a way over the last 10 years to usher in and keep all of the fan favourite characters, whether they be Broly or whether they be Frieza, repurposing or rebooting characters as they see fit. And this is an easy way to bring back some fan favourite characters from Universe 6 without stealing the spotlight from Universe 7. I mean, let's face it, if this gets animated, it could quite easily be a movie if it's not going to be that deep of a story. I mean, there is a new movie supposedly in the works, so who knows if this is where it's going. Perhaps they will just skip Granola and Moro and just move straight onto Black Frieza and Black Frost. I myself would like to see these universes explored, so of course I am a little biased to this. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that they should do this? Do you think that they will do this? Or do you have a better idea of what you think they may do? And if we do get a Frieza race member with the black form, do you think it'll be cooler? Do you think it'll be Frost? Do you think it'll be King Cold? Do you think it'll be Chilled? Could it even be Kuriza? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And until then, please, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like on the video and perhaps consider subscribing for more content like this. And, of course, until we meet again, bye!